This year we rated more toys than we ever before, Ian. We rated 50 toys, and tonight we're looking at the toys tested by 6 to 9-year-olds at University Elementary School. The kids played with toys every day for a week. They looked at how hard they were to put together, how fragile they were, and most important, if the toys had lasting play value. We also asked their teachers to watch over them and give us some thoughts about an adult's point of view.
I think all in all, they got a really good idea about what to look for in a toy and not to be fooled so much by the packaging and the glamorous commercials on TV.
Okay, Tony, tonight you're dealing with the best picks. Tomorrow we'll get to the not-so-good toys, but what do you have here?
Well, here are some of the popular toys for the 6 to 9 age group. First is a Mega Mouth. The kids just played with this all the time. It changes your voice. Hello, I'm talking to you on TV. And then it has sound effects. Kids, it was noisy as all heck, but the kids loved it, believe me. Here was another hit.
So did you, apparently.
We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. Here's another hit. This is one of the new Barbie toys out this year. They have new ones every year, and this is Veterinarian Barbie. But it comes with a little twist. When the cat's on here, you get a cat noise, and when the dog's on here, you get a dog noise, and it works real well, and the kids really liked it. Now here was my favorite, and the kids really liked it too, especially if they saw the movie. This is Buzz Lightyear. All right.
Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Come in, Star Command.
He's got a little laser here.
Oh, very good.
And we can get him to go.
Stationed up in the Gamma, I protect the galaxy from the threat of invasion. I come in peace.
Peace. Oh, Buzz Lightyear. So the kids really had a lot of fun with all of this stuff, and so did I. And tomorrow night we'll show you some of the ones that didn't make the grade.
Okay, I'm glad you enjoy your job.
All right, now we're going to tell you our list of toys. Here are the ones that passed the grade. For grade 1, 6 years old, Hot Wheels Auto City Garage, Cool Tools Tow Truck and Race Car, and Ballerina Barbie. For grade 2, 7 years old, Micro Machines Night Attack, Fantastic Sand Surprise, and Tubers and Zots. And for grade 3, 8 years old, 13 Dead End Drive, Constructs, and the Paper Airplane Kit by Lanyard Toys.
Okay, once again, tomorrow you'll be back with the failing grade toys.
The failing grade.
Okay, thanks for coming in. Consumer Specialist Tony Tighe.
I know.
This is our annual toy test, 4th annual, bigger than ever. This is one of the toys that did well this year. It's called the Cool Tools Race Car, and the kids get to screw in the various parts to take parts on and off it, and change the tires, and they had a great time. We'll bring all the rest in a few minutes.
Oh, it sounds good. Okay, we'll be right back with that after the break.
First, we're going to take a look at the toys that the 6 to 9-year-olds played with a lot. And there were a lot of favorites, but believe me, the one that captured the most attention, the one that everybody was talking about, was Mega Mouth! All sorts of sound effects.
You know what you need to include next year is where the parents want the kids to have these things.
Earmuffs next year. There were lots of neat toys. Mega Mouth and Yak Backwards, something that you talk into and it plays back your voice, was really popular. Teachers, of course, said it was noisy. The kids played with it constantly. And that's what we're looking for here, lasting play value. This may not be a laboratory, but for 1 week, these 6 to 9-year-olds put this year's hottest toys to the test. We grouped our toys according to age level, and here are some of the favorites among 6-year-olds in grade 1. The Hot Wheels Auto City Garage was a runaway hit for both boys and girls once it was together. While kids played with it non-stop, parents should be warned it takes several hours to assemble.
They really did enjoy playing with it, but for putting together, it took a long time.
Ballerina Barbie certainly lived up to expectations. Flexible joints let kids pose her in all kinds of ballet positions, and she really does spin around just like on TV. For 6-year-olds who like tools, the Play School Cool Tools Race Car is a hit. Kids pretend they're taking a pit stop and replace parts with a mini screwdriver and wrench, a companion tool for the Cool Tools tow truck. In the grade 2 class, our 7-year-olds gathered around 2 toys. For girls, it was Fantastic Sand Surprise. The idea is to pour colored sand into a spinning wheel and fill a plastic mold to wear as jewelry.
It was really spinning and it really was sparkling. Okay, let's just do this.
The boys couldn't stop playing with the Micro Machines Night Attack set. Teacher said whether they were alone or in groups, it held their attention and stayed in one piece.
It was well put together and easy for them to play with.
I give it a 10 out of 10.
Tubers and Zots certainly turned a few heads. The odd-shaped pieces of flexible foam were easy to fit together, and even though there are no step-by-step instructions, the kids improvised.
I think because it's a great toy, you get to use your imagination.
Everybody else should be on the red chair.
Our 8-year-old testers in grade 3 tested some more advanced toys and games. Number 1 on their list was the 3-dimensional murder mystery game, 13 Dead End Drive. It takes time to set up, but the kids said the wait was worth it.
I like all the hidden traps and killing other people.
Arts and crafts kits were popular. Paper airplanes were flying everywhere after the kids discovered this step-by-step construction kit. Teachers said it had easy-to-follow directions.
It's not like frustrating or anything. You can have fun.
The girls played for hours making jazzy jewelry. The kit comes with all the supplies to make about 10 pieces, and unlike other kits, this jewelry stays together.
You said it was fun?
Yeah, it was really fun.
The teachers watching over our toy testers felt many kids learned a lot in the week. First impressions are often based on appearance, and that can be deceiving.
They were very excited to get particular toys. And as they played with them, some of those impressions stayed the same and some of them changed.
Now I've brought along a couple of honorable mentions. 6-year-olds also liked the new Pet Doctor Barbie, the veterinarian Barbie, and what they really liked about this was the animal sounds that came with it. They really enjoyed that. They have really held their attention for a while. And this is the Buzz Lightyear doll from the movie Toy Story. Pretty durable, and it talks too.
I protect the galaxy from the threat of invasion. I come in peace. Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Come in, Star Command.
Lots of fun with that one. And here's one more that the kids had a good time with. Kids who like to build things, this toy called Constructs, really easy to put together. Believe it or not, I just built this in 20 minutes just before I came on the air.
Really?
Yeah,
So I want this for Christmas.
I think you need a life-size one of these. This looks like a lot of fun. Absolutely.
Yeah, that was a good one as well.
Okay, so these are the winners. Now, I would imagine that there are still toys that the kids weren't so interested in as well, though.
An equal number were disappointing, and that's what we'll bring you tomorrow night. Some of the ones that didn't have that lasting value, that maybe took too long to make or broke.
Good for parents to know.
You bet.
Thanks, Tony.
All
Our
right.
consumer specialist, Tony Tighe.
Toys that maybe just didn't work, Ian, or they were too hard to figure out, and in some cases the kids never used them the way they were intended. So here's a couple of examples. This is Barbie's Nibbles the horse, and it's supposed to have a magnet in its nose and pick up this bucket somehow. And as you can see, it just doesn't pick it up the way the kids intended, and they ended up playing with the horse, but why buy that horse if you can get another one without all the gimmicks? Here's a toy that failed completely. It's called Wonder World. It's the SeaWorld aquarium. First it needs distilled water, then it takes an adult to mix the gel, then it sets for a day, and then the kids finally get to put the little fish in, and that's what you get. Nothing more, nothing less. Doesn't really work very well. And here's Operation. Remember this game from when you were a kid?
Yep.
Well, try to get those little pieces out, and the kids would play with this for hours, never follow the instructions. They couldn't get the darn pieces out with making the nose go off. So, you know, what kind of a game is that if they can't play it the way it's supposed to be played? Here's the top 3 disappointments according to age group for our 6-year-olds. Nibbles the horse, the Barbie horse, Clever Cutie, a talking doll that was constantly breaking down, Reboot action figures. Teachers said that they weren't that popular. They had lots of small pieces and they were a last resort. Our 7-year-olds in grade 2 didn't like Shoppin' Fun Barbie and Kelly. Many of the pieces broke. Celestial Princess was another disappointment. Kids said it was dangerous. The boys didn't like the Mega Block Space Station. It didn't stay together. In grade 3, our 8-year-olds didn't like Hot Wheels Mega Rig. They couldn't put it together. Operation was fun for a while, but they couldn't finish the game. And the Dr. Dreadful Monster Medical Clinic was the #1 failure. It did not work, and it was very, very messy. And a lot of kids said after they did our toy test, that they're going to change their Christmas list now because they had a chance to see it firsthand.
Well, let's hope their parents pay attention then.
I hope so.
Okay, thanks very much, Tony.
Right. That's right, the toys that were disappointments, the toys that the kids didn't like. And here are just a few examples. There are many more, and we'll have all of those in a report in a few minutes.
Perfect for those kids.
Not bad toys per se, disappointing toys. Toys that didn't live up to our toy testers' expectations or their teachers. So here's some constructive criticism from the grades 1, 2, and 3 classes of University Elementary on some of this year's hottest toys. Kids can be brutally honest, and our toy testers at University Elementary School didn't hold back. Here's some of the toys our 6-year-old said didn't live up to expectations. There was a lot of excitement over Barbie's Nibbles the horse. A magnet in its nose is supposed to pick up little baskets of food, but it didn't always work.
No, it didn't do what the gimmick was, but that didn't turn very many of them off. No, they still liked playing with it.
The teacher said a plain horse without the gimmicks would make them just as happy.
Well, is he supposed to say hi? My name.
Clever Cutie looked promising, but never worked right from the start. Our doll seemed to have wiring problems.
Where's my phone?
Her lines got mixed up, or she just stopped talking. Teachers were constantly fixing her, and the girls soon lost interest. The reboot action figures got a mixed review from our testers. Kids who watched the TV show used them the most, but teachers said play was limited.
When it was just 1 or 2 playing by themselves, their interest wasn't sustained as long.
Often, reboots were a last resort, and many small pieces were lost. This is Celestial Princess, a takeoff on Sky Dancers. It looks fun, but teachers said girls lost interest after the flying novelty wore off. The kids also told us they thought it could be dangerous. The Hot Wheels Mega Rig construction toy was a big disappointment for boys. Teachers said they all wanted to play with it, but could never make it look like the picture on the box.
It was pretty hard to put together, but once in a while, if you had an adult, you could probably put it together.
Teachers also said instructions were poor and hard to follow. Kids who liked Lego were attracted to Mega Blocks, but looks are deceiving. Teachers said children got frustrated and wouldn't play with it more than once.
They all found it very difficult to put together, and that it didn't really stay together once they had it together.
Operation was a novelty, but few of our 8-year-olds had the patience to play the game according to the instructions.
It's fun, but it is hard.
We watched this group for 20 minutes, and not one boy could remove the tiny pieces without setting off the buzzer. But no toy in our test better suited its name than the Dr. Dreadful Monster Medical Center. You're supposed to make monsters, fill them with guts, and eat them, but our testers rarely got that far.
The gel that they used to make the Dr. Dreadful congealed in the tubes, and the tubes were so tiny that it was very hard to get the goo out of there.
While some kids loved playing with the goo, teachers said it was extremely messy and very hard to clean up. Overall, our teachers said these kids learned a lot from our toy test, and many have already changed their Christmas list. Now, as you can see, looks can be deceiving. Many of these toys are heavily advertised, and they look much better than they work in real life. Here's a couple more examples. This is Shoppin' Fun Barbie and Kelly. However, the reason this toy is supposed to be different is because it comes with these fold-out cardboard shopping. This is a closet, in a store almost. Well, as you can see, they don't really stand up too well on their own, but the only thing that does work is the magnet in her hand holds the cookies. But I mean, people they might as well just buy a Barbie. That's what the teachers told us. And here's an example. It's called Wonder World. Now, it's an aquarium that you have to take distilled water, and then you mix it with a gel. That takes a day to set, and an adult has to be the one to do it. Then the kids get to put the fish inside, and then it just sits there, and it's a great paperweight. It's not a toy.
Well, not so great, actually. It's not even really that nice to look at.
Well, let me show you one more. This is the Goosebumps game. Goosebumps is really hot this year. It's getting a lot of promotion. The kids loved playing with the game once the teachers figure out how to put it together. It took them at least 2 days to figure out the directions. They broke a lot of the pieces. The teacher said, gee, it'd be great to play, but you know, how much time do you have on Christmas morning or Christmas Day to do all that?
Exactly. Now you've got one more group of toys. That's tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow we take a look for the first time at preschool toys, 4 and 5-year-olds. We gave them a lot of preschool games and toys that they could play with, and we've got their impressions tomorrow.
Good.
All right, thanks very much, Tony. Our consumer specialist, Tony Tighe.
4 and 5-year-olds are so hard to buy for, and I can attest to that, let me tell you. Many of the toys advertised on TV are often too advanced for their tiny fingers. So we picked 20 preschool toys and left them at the Woodbine Daycare for 2 weeks. The 3 and 4-year-olds tested groups of toys in the daycare, and the 5-year-olds tested another group in the ECS class. You'll be surprised at which ones passed and which ones failed. We'll have a complete list tonight. Here's a couple of examples of what we found. This is the Dancing Esmeralda doll. And this is from the movie The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Okay. You push on the tambourine, and she plays music, and then the kids can twirl her around just like she does in the movie. And I have a 4-year-old, and she has no problem doing that whatsoever. So that's not too bad, and it fits with other Barbies. Here's one of the ones that didn't work too well. Sailor Moon's a popular TV show. Sailor Moon, big Sailor Moon doll is okay, but look how tiny these little pieces are. I didn't even put half of some of the pieces in there. They're so small, the pieces keep falling over. The kids can't get their fingers in. They didn't like it, and they just put it aside and didn't play with it at all.
Yeah, little kids don't really have the motor skills for fine movement.
And this is even worse than Polly Pockets, and Polly Pockets is smaller. So here are some of our best bets and disappointments from our preschooler toy test. The preschoolers like the Baby Go Bye-Bye doll, the Fisher-Price Big Action Garage, Dot the Dog, a pattern matching game, and a game called Get the Picture was also a big hit. Now the disappointments. Jewel Hair Mermaid Midge lasted just 10 minutes before her hair matted up. The Penguin Shuffle game was just a novelty. The heavily advertised Little Makin' Faces was too hard to squeeze for our young testers, and the Kanga Bangaroo game just kept breaking all the time. They couldn't play with it.
It's got a great name, though.
Yeah, Kanga Bangaroo.
Now, a lot of people are calling in and would like a list of your winners and your losers this year.
For the first time this year, we've been able to put together a list of all of our winners and download that list from your computer or pick it up at our studio here on Broadcast Hill. A list of toys is at our Channel 3 website, www.cfcn.ca, or pick up a copy of the list from our main reception desk here at CFCN. And included are all the toys we've tested for the last 3 years as well. That's over 100 toys to help you make some choices this Christmas.
Okay, thank you very much, Tony. Our consumer specialist, Tony Tighe.
3, 4, and 5-year-olds are so hard to buy for. I know that firsthand.
I want that, I want that.
That's what they say all the time at my house. Many of the toys advertised on TV are often too advanced for these children. They're only becoming frustrated. And we found some surprises to help you make some choices. There's a limited selection of toys for preschoolers, so we expanded our toy test this year. We let groups of 4 and 5-year-olds at Woodbine Daycare play with a selected group of toys for a week. And here are some of the winners. The Fisher-Price Big Action Garage was a runaway hit. Both boys and girls wanted to play with this.
There's lots of things that we can do it, and I like this big slide.
A favorite for girls was Baby Go Bye-Bye. This doll comes in a cloth carrier that changes into a backpack, bed, and feeding seat. Kids said the accessories were easy to use. The ECS class really enjoyed Get the Picture, and so did their teacher. The idea is to match pictures using colorful magnetic shapes or just make them up on your own.
You can put stuff on and you can change it, and it's really fun.
Kids love anything with animals, and that's why Kitty and Puppy in My Pocket were so popular. Kids recognized them from the TV ads, and they lived up to their billing. The kids also tested a number of educational games just for preschoolers. Dot the Dog involved matching patterns, and with Mr. Potato Head pals, the kids spun the arrow and matched the shapes. Each one picked a picture card and built their figure to match it.
Squeeze her arm.
Now it's time for some of the disappointments. Many of the girls had trouble with little making faces. Some didn't have the strength to change the face. Adults said other than the face, there's nothing else to do with it.
They took the clothes off and then put them back on. So it's really nothing.
The penguin shuffle attracted a crowd, but adults said once the novelty wore off, the kids just liked to make the penguins walk and didn't play the game. After a while, many of the figures didn't even walk right and often fell over. Ready, set, go. Kanga Bangaroo was frustrating for many kids. The idea is to get all 3 kangaroos to the top first, but the game kept breaking.
These things keep broken off.
Teachers said it has limited play value. Jewel Hair Mermaid Midge was perhaps the most disappointing toy. The girls were excited at first, but within 15 minutes, the hair was matted and the little Velcro stars became tangled and hard to remove.
The little stars to get all tangled up in the hair, so they're very hard to get out.
In the end, the teachers braided her hair and left it that way. Our testers lost patience with the Shiverin' Scoops game. They liked stacking the ice cream scoops, but found it hard passing the vibrating cone from one player to the next. The stack often fell over before anyone could finish the game. The teachers and caregivers at Woodbine Daycare said these 4- and 5-year-olds have learned some valuable lessons. Well, that was the top 5 winners and losers for our preschoolers. And here's a couple of late additions we also rated. Now, this is the mini Sailor Moon. It's a fold-out play set. And the reason this one wasn't very popular was because the little tiny pieces fall over very, very easily. The kids couldn't get their hands inside. I didn't even put a lot of the little pieces that come with this in here. They got lost. The kids didn't like them. And really, no one actually ever played with it. This is Dancing Esmeralda. From the movie The Hunchback of Notre Dame. You squeeze the tambourine, plays a little tune, and the kids can spin her around. And if they don't want to play the tambourine, they get tired of that. She's just another Barbie doll, and she mixes in with all the other dolls that the kids have. And here's one more thing that didn't work out this year. You recognize this? Cabbage Patch dolls are back. This one, if you smell it,
I can smell her from here, actually. I didn't even have to reach over.
Baby powder smell. In the end, you know what they did at the daycare? They brought it to the toddler room, and the kids used it to fall asleep. So, I mean, it really wasn't a play toy, per se. It was no different than any other doll.
Thing or something.
So I don't know if Cabbage Patch is going to make the big comeback.
Okay. Now, you've done something different this year because people have been following your toy test over the years, and so you finally put together a list.
Finally got time to do it.
That's a good idea, though.
Well, you know, we've had so many over the years. We've got a complete list of all the winners and losers. Our list of toy test results is now on the Channel 3 webpage. Our address is www.cfcn.ca. You can also pick up a copy of the list at our main reception desk at 80 Patina Drive Southwest. When you add this year's results to the past 3 years, we've got ratings on over 100 toys, and many of them are still out on the market, and I think it'll be a useful guide for people trying to make some tough choices. So many people, the biggest mistake they make, they overrate their children. Too many parents choose toys that are above their child's ability level. And if you think they'll grow into it, you could be doing more harm than good. So here are some things to look for. Follow the age recommendation printed by the manufacturer right on the toy. Never assume your child is advanced for their age. If they're not able to use it now, they're only going to get frustrated. Choose toys to match your child's personality. Do they like to play alone or in groups? And don't ignore any special skills or activities that they already enjoy. Look at what toys your child plays with the most right now. Pick new toys that they can mix with the ones they already have. They'll get more use and it'll last a longer period of time. And when you're choosing toys, ask yourself, will they hold together? Will they hold their interest for more than a few hours? Does it encourage imagination? Most important, will it last more than one stage of development? Or are they going to forget about it in a couple of months?
And another factor to consider here is safety, because we do hear stories about kids getting hurt with various toys.
Checked with the Children's Hospital today. You'd be surprised at the number of children injured playing with toys. First thing is to buy a toy that fits the child's age, then teach your children how to use the toy properly. Something you might not know, inspect it regularly for damage, especially if they play with it a lot. Teach the older children to keep the small toys out of reach from their younger brothers and sisters. And look at the toy and imagine all the things that can be done with that toy, whether it's intended or not, and make sure whenever you're not around to supervise your kids that those dangers are eliminated. You know, when parents go into the toy store, the biggest mistake they make is they overrate their children. Too many parents choose toys that their child will grow into, and that will do more harm than good. So here are some things to follow. Follow the age recommendation printed by the manufacturer on the toy box. Too many parents like to think their child is advanced for their age, and if they're not able to use a toy now, they're only going to get frustrated with it and they will not play with it later. Choose toys to match your child's personality. Do they like to play alone or in groups? And don't ignore any special skills or activities that they already enjoy. Look at what toys the child plays with the most right now. Pick some new toys they'll mix with the ones they already have. They'll use them a lot longer and they'll enjoy them a lot more. The most important, ask yourself if it's going to last for one or more stages of their development, or will it just be forgotten in a couple of months?
There's another issue here, though. It's not just fun, because toys, if they're not put together properly or whatever, can cause problems with injuries.
That's right. Every year the Children's Hospital gets several hundred injuries just from children playing with toys. So here's what parents should be aware of. The first thing is to make sure the child is old enough for the toy. Then teach them how to use it properly. Inspect the toys regularly for damage, especially ones that they play with a lot. And teach the older children to keep their toys out of reach from younger brothers and sisters. Got a good tip from the Safe Kids coordinator at Children's Hospital. Carol Berenger says, imagine all the things that a child could do with that toy, and then make sure when you're not around to supervise that those dangers are eliminated.
Can't supervise your children all the time. I mean, toys are meant to encourage their own independent creative play. So that's where looking at the toy and thinking about all the potential that could happen from it, if it has sharp edges or points or little pieces, and maybe just modifying it so that when the child is playing by themselves, the toy isn't its sort of maximum risk.
By the way, many toy-related injuries occur when the kids aren't even playing with them. It's when they're left lying around, someone trips over them, someone falls on them, a piece breaks off, a child puts it in their mouth. Lots of potential.
Great advice.
All right.
Good stuff for keep in mind. Thanks, Tony.